Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us. Thank you so much. I'd like to ask you a last question. How do you overcome the setback you had throughout your journey? And how did you overcome them? So just...
I think setbacks are at different levels. I have faced violence from my government. I have faced violence in the form of water cannons on the streets. I have faced violence in the form of a kidnapping. I think those, you have an intense moment. You feel fear. But luckily for me, also in that moment, I have realized that if this is what they have to do to me, then they are afraid. If somebody is expressing their opinion, requesting something which is legitimate, like free and fair elections, and your response is a violent response, then you are afraid. You are afraid that that person has an opinion, which may be a general opinion, and which may cause people to rise up against you. So those moments have actually strengthened me. Right when it's happening, you're afraid, but even in that moment, I came to the realization that they're more afraid than I am. I have a physical fear of the moment, but they have a general fear of who they are and of their legitimacy, and therefore we must continue. If they are reacting in this way, it's a signal that we are on the right path, and that they are afraid, and we must continue on this path. So those have been moments where you question yourself, but luckily for me, and I think this is true of many, many leaders, is that you come out of it actually stronger. The setback, which is more, it's not a setback, it's a challenge, which is, requires more strength from you, more reaching down into yourself and continuing, is when you question why Africans are accepting this. Why? Why am I on the street with 100 people when we are 20 million suffering this situation? Why am I at a political rally or political meeting with 300 people or 500 people when we are 20 million suffering this? Why are we accepting this? Why are we, as brilliant as we are? I travel the world and I meet extraordinary Africans who are doing amazing things and who have the solutions for every single problem that we have in our continent. And the question is, why is the diaspora not organizing, not financing, not backing the leaders who are on the ground? This, when you look at that in the face, you have to reach into the deepest depths of your determination to continue. But you are able to do that. I am able to do that because I study history, because I know that all the leaders went through this, all people went through this until they got to that moment, and they got to that moment because there were leaders, there were people who continued, who said over and over and over again, this is not acceptable. We are better than this. We deserve more than this. We have a right to more than this. And for me, because I have studied that and I have that knowledge, I continue. I continue, and I am certain, I am absolutely certain, I believe that I will see it. I don't think it's for the next generation. I think it's for mine, that my country, that my continent will get to where its people have the minimum that they deserve and are occupying their rightful place. I don't think we are poor. I don't think we are lacking in any way. And so the position that we are occupying today at the bottom of the world's hierarchy is not our position. It's not where we should be. I think that I will see the moment when I can look at anybody else in the world with my continent behind me. Today I can look at anybody else as an individual in the world, but where I will look at them and my continent is moving in that direction where I say, we're just the same. We're just as good as everybody else. And so that keeps me going.
Thank you
that
so
makes
much.
me get up in the morning.
Thank you for being so inspiring and for being a great example. Thank you for setting such a great example for the youth all around the world, especially in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'm really happy. I love AfriMind. I have to tell you that it's one of those websites that's amongst my favorites and that I check regularly for the great information that you provide and the great leaders that you showcase that you don't not necessarily see elsewhere.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.